We got some people feel under the weather, so just being a super dad, I guess, or
Awesome.
superhuman today.
Cool, nice.
What about yourself?
Been a very full-on day with lots of calls around business rates and service accommodation and my main core business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, I guess let's introduce you because I got a special introduction for you because your idea of how you form the community is the same way that I thought of. I was like, as soon as he made the offer, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is an opportunity. Hey, just start up with my 200 bucks or 199 bucks and be like, hey, you come into the community, I give you a book. That's how I thought about it. And I was like, that would be really dope. But now I didn't take that offer. But you took that offer and you took it 5 times further than that. So now it's just like even more ultimate. So what Tommy's done, right, is he's created a school community where Alex Ramosi he had a launch a few months back at this point. And this launch is where he launched his book right here. Oh, 100 million money models, right? And so he launched this book, and so I had that great idea. And Tommy heard it through the universe. It just went phew across the way, and then boom, it hit him. And then so this is his community, 100 million money models super group, and he's got just a few people in there, 1.4 k people in there. And so today we're taking the time to learn more about the myth, the legend, who is Tommy. Welcome.
Thank you, man. That's an awesome introduction. I'll yeah. Thank you for being coming in and inviting me on to chat about it, and also being a part of my community. Also, it's been great having you in there, and it is very much same as your group. We're community based collaboration, networking with people that we can do great stuff with. So awesome to have you there. Yeah, if you got any questions, like, do you want to ask me any questions about the group, or like, let me know what you think of the group so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like what I guess for the people, just give them a little bit deeper about what is it that your objective really is for the community. Is your goal?
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to talk about how the group was created? What the initial intention was?
Right, exactly. Tell me how this whole dream started.
Sure. So I was on the launch. I was going to get my book, and then there was an upsell for 200 and the 12 playbooks, and I thought, oh, that seems cool. Maybe there is a way for me to crowdsource this. So we just get 200 people to essentially buy a book, and then if we can collect that together, then we essentially crowdsource the cost of the 12 playbooks, and then everybody's got access to the playbooks, right? So I'm in a private community that's got about 400 people in, and I thought, okay, well, I can just give these books away and then ask for donations. But I've maybe got a good rapport with about 40 of the people there, so there's only about 10%. But I got permission from the group owner to post in the group, so I did a hand raise. So I already bought these 200. I thought, I'll just pull the trigger, get the books, and then I'll figure it afterwards. So I bought the 200 books, and then I did a hand raise in the community, and about 80 people put their hands up in Facebook. This is a private Facebook group. So about 80 people put their hand up. So obviously I DM'd them the link. And then what I did was every person that DM'd on that post or commented on that post, I just put link afterwards. So obviously I can keep track of who I've given the link to. And that's how I was able to keep track that there was 80 people. But then Facebook restricted me because it's obviously repetitive. It's like there's only so many times you can say, in here, or like here's the link, or DM'd or PM'd. So just from that 80 interaction, they put me in jail for 3 days, so I could no longer post. And there was more people wanting the book, but obviously I can't respond to them. So I just sent them the link in DMs, but then I couldn't post on the comment. I thought this is no good, because obviously if I'm giving the books away, and the purpose of me wanting to give the books away is because I thought it was super valuable. It was really insightful on the launch. You were on the launch as well. And it's the information that he just gives really freely. So I thought, okay, well, if I just do the same, I can get these books, I can access the playbooks, then I'll just give these books away. And then hopefully these other people can benefit from it. And I wanted to create a group or a community. Originally, I thought Facebook, but then when they limited me and put me in jail, I thought, well, I can't build on that platform. And then as part of the launch, Alex Hormozi was given 90-day free trials for school. And I thought this is the perfect opportunity to go and create a group. So I created the group, and then I sent an invite link to 40 of these people before I got restricted again. And then all these 40 people came into the community, and that's really what kind of kickstarted this my school community. And then it was starting to blow up, and I could see all these requests coming in. Like I woke up the next day and there was like 200 requests. I was like, this is crazy. This can't be right. That these must be bots. They must be like spam. Like I've never created a community, so I've never experienced this bit before. But to the bios of these people, and they all seem like real people. Like they were filled out bios. They'd been on school for a period of time. They're not brand new. So okay, well, let's just admit these people in, because I already know who these 40 are. That's coming from my community. So I let everyone in, and then it just started to go crazy. Like every day there would be another 100 people coming in, and by the end of the week, I was at 1,000 members. And I didn't really understand how all this worked and how it happened. So I didn't have a welcome post. I didn't have an automated DM message. I couldn't filter for spam bots. There was nothing in here. Like there was literally nothing. There's one intro post that I did eventually. But people still hung around for a little bit. And I think a lot of people thought perhaps it was linked to Alex Hormozi and it was the official Money Models group. But I did have, like, even when I created the group, I put a disclaimer in to say that this is not affiliated with Alex Hormozi or the Money Models or acquisition.com. And I think that came in my favor later, because obviously those are key words. This is something I learned afterwards when I spoke to Atena Pegler. So she used to hold the position of GOAT on the school platform. She did 315K MMR during one of the school games. So she one of the first ones to break that record. So she was telling me the breakdown of why my group was successful, like how it managed to get so much momentum at that early stage. So yeah, that's the basis of creating the group. And then I had to go through and figure out what am I actually going to do with the group, because the intention was to talk about the money models and how we can apply this to our respective businesses. And that really hasn't changed. So me and my business partner, Ian, we've been kind of playing around in the community. We've then explored school and visited various other people's communities. We've checked out Goosify and Crap Academy and some awesome communities that, we've made some wonderful friends along the way. Obviously, we've connected through engagement in other communities as well.
Just a few minutes of conversation.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Like, because at first it's like, oh, how do I create a community? How do I build this out? And it's very much me. Like, how do I do this? And then when you go and be a part and play in other people's communities, then you realize actually it's not me at all. There's very much a community feel if you're in the right groups and you connect with the right people. It's very collaborative. It's like, here, I've got this skill set, or here is some insightful knowledge. Here is this thing that I learned about school, and here is, like, I didn't even know there was a leaderboard until a couple of days ago. I've heard about this mythical leaderboard, but when you go on Schoolers, it doesn't show on a leaderboard like in normal communities where you've got a specific tab. So you have to go like in some secret mission to find this tab where there's a secret leaderboard for Schoolers.
Right.
And that's something that I just learned the other day. I'm learning every stuff every day. Every day I'm learning. Yeah.
I feel
Uh,
like the biggest takeaways are like timing, of course, right?
yes, very
Um,
much.
is a big factor.
Yeah,
But you don't have to know anything. You just have to take the action to get started. Like
that's
that's it.
right.
And
Yeah,
as you go, you'll learn everything because the pieces will come together. Like all
yeah,
you have was the vision of what you want to create in this group. That's all you had. You envision like how you're going to help people. And so because of that, everything fell into place. It's
yeah,
like launch was perfect for you. The offer was perfect for you. Then the people loved it, and they're like, yeah, everybody was like, yeah, pick me. I want the link. Give me the link.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, like you have all these people falling into place perfectly to get you along the path, the right path to make this vision come to reality. That's
yeah,
like literally proof right here that you just showed.
yeah. Yeah, because there's so many things, and there's other members as well. Mm, um, I spoke to another member earlier today, and he said it's really interesting timing because he couldn't make it to the launch.
Mm,
So he obviously knew about it, he heard about it, and he thought, well, no, I don't want to be a part of that launch. I don't want to attend it because it just doesn't feel right. He felt like there's already too many things that he has learned that he's learning on, and he didn't need another course or another book or another thing. So
right.
he consciously chose not to. And the same with you, like you could easily have got the 200 books. That's what you were thinking about, but you decided against it. And I paid to be a part of a mastermind that teaches you how to create your own community. And I've got a community of peers of about 50 people that were all going off creating their own communities on various places like Circle, on Facebook groups, Go High Level. And I'm just like, I don't know what to create because I'm in this service accommodation space, and it doesn't fill me up. It doesn't make me joyful. And I really struggled to think of a community that I wanted to build. So I just kind of sat on that for about 3 months. And then by chance, I've launched this group, and now I have a community of people that I love serving. It's fantastic. Like you just couldn't even write this kind of stuff. Like you can't make it up. And you didn't do that because I think that it's meant to be the right time, and this is maybe the right time for us to connect because we maybe wouldn't have connected. Like you could have been a competitor group essentially, right? You could have created a competitor group, and maybe we just wouldn't have connected in the same way. But now that we're here, I think it's everything is divine timing. It's the right timing, the right opportunities, and things fall in place when they're supposed to.
Absolutely. I think it's always divine timing because it's again, like you said, it's we probably would have met in the whatever mastermind community that you're part of, right? But it would have been different, sure. And so
Yeah,
like meeting the way we met, it's like it's perfect because it leads to a different relationship, right? And now it's like the relationship we have is more so of you found something, you bring it in. I found something, I bring it in, and it's and of course we have this with multiple people, so it's more collaborative, right? And it's like, why isn't this a thing? Like, why isn't we're talking about collaboration and community, right? But we need collaborations with other, and it's like that's the interesting gap it's like family, except it's we're against each other all at the same time.
yeah, yeah. And I think we're so new to school, as in like school is so early in its journey, that we have this ability to have really solid, genuine connections. Like we're one of the earliest ones on the platform, and a school's like 4 years old. I think is it 4 years old? So it's not
Uh,
brand new, but
Right.
it's at that stage where it's getting momentum, and it's kind of just about to properly launch. Like, I feel like the Hormozy launch, most recent one, just brought a big wave of people, but it's the right type of people. Um, it's the right culture. They're aligned, collaborative, kind people, and they just want to provide more positive impact in the world. And yeah, I think this is a new age of really interesting times.
For sure, it's like we're in a interesting gap because, like you said, it's like 15 million plus users, but it's at the same time it's a lot, but it's not a lot considering this is a social media platform, right? And so it's like we are in that unique place where it's like we can still make massive moves fairly quickly within the leaderboards, right? And then it's also still at the same time we have the ability to connect with real people. And
Yeah.
so it's like there's definitely going to come a time, it could be within the next like 5 years for sure, probably, where it's like go be too big, where it's like only the branded communities, if you will, are already established and stuff like that will be the main communities that people are like, oh, you could trust this person because they've been here.
Hmm. Yeah.
I guess does that mean this is your favorite book?
Oh, conflicted. No, it's not my favorite book actually. My favorite book is, I've shared it before, is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Um, it's, let me see, I still have that here from the other day when I shared it. This this one is
If you put your hand behind it, oh, there you go. Yeah,
yeah, that's my favorite book. So a bit of context behind that is Napoleon Hill wrote a manuscript, and he puts the devil on trial, and he asks the devil a series of questions, and the devil can't lie. So basically, it's just an interview between Napoleon Hill and the devil is speaking the truth about the world, about education, about religion, about people's natural tendencies, psychology. It's a very profound book. I think everybody needs to read that and think for themselves.
for sure. Janelle said like I need to put that onto the list, right, higher on the list, and then now hearing about it, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, maybe that moved to like the top of the list because like I do have a Napoleon Hill book. I think it's Think and Grow Rich somewhere over here.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but that book sounds really interesting because I always love perspectives. So it's like seeing these interesting perspectives of what about this? Have you ever thought about this before? It's like, wow, no, that sounds really crazy, or wow, like honestly, that's what the world is coming to now,
yeah,
maybe. And so it's like it's really eye opening for sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I definitely put that at the top of the list. I listened to the audiobook first,
Right.
and I don't know who the person reading out was, but man, it gives you chills. It put a chill down my spine when I heard the devil for the first time. I was like, whoa. Um, Obviously, it's not a real devil. Someone's like reading out, but it's so interesting that the tone of it. Um, yeah, definitely top of the list. Top of the list, and then money models would be the next one.
For sure. When it comes to the membership questions that you have,
Yeah.
um, how did it start and where is it now?
How it started. So for the first 1,000 people that came into my community, there was no questions. Like, I didn't understand. I didn't know that function existed.
Right.
So there's no questions for those ones. And then after I spoke with a tenor, she said that she obviously told me about the discovery tab. So you can check what category you're in and then what ranking you are.
Right.
And then she also told me about the questions. And then she suggested that I do one for someone brand new that is looking to start an online community or online income stream, and then the other option would then be for someone that's got an existing business that is looking for more leads, because who doesn't want more leads, right? If you've got an existing business. So these were the two qualifiers in terms of like when people come into the group, and then this segments them into, are you brand new looking to start making an income stream, or are you existing business that is looking for more leads? And then that allows me to look at how I can best serve these two types of people, because they're going to have different wants and different desires and potentially different outcomes from the group. And because that's such a broad range, it's basically two ends of the spectrum, isn't it, in terms of business, someone brand new, someone more experienced. So how do we then further segment? And this is the difficult thing that me and Ian didn't know how to work out, because how can you serve two very different groups of people? Their thought process is going to be different. The mindset's likely going to be different. So these were the initial challenges of why we weren't as active in the money models community versus spending more time in other people's communities and exploring things, like Goosify, learning things like in Crap Academy. That is just fun. It's just pure fun. There's not a real lot of utility to it, but it's like playing a game.
Right.
Just super interesting. You get a lot of feedback, so you get certificates for completing things, and it's a real feel good kind of community in there. It's tight knit. There's a lot of good solid engagement. And then I played around in more communities, like I played around in your community, learning things about the internet. And then it just really made me think and consider what other opportunities we can present to our community, like what value can we present. And I think the connectivity, the collaboration is kind of the path that we're moving down towards. Is I guess there's going to be a range of people that haven't experienced school before. So there are some communities where it's just pure fun. You can converse in GIFs, and have GIF wars and GIF conversations, and that's part of the culture. That is something that's unique about school. I feel like that. Yes, it exists in other platforms, but it's something that really is ingrained here, and it's a lot of fun.
Right.
But then equally, there are communities or there are people that post very insightful, deep conversations, which isn't for everyone. Some people will just not be in the right time or right frame of mind to interact and engage with that. So it can be a bit discouraging sometimes, because I used to post in Facebook groups,
Right.
and I know a lot about my industry, and I post very deep insights, like very far level advanced insights that you're not going to know until you get to this level. But it goes over a lot of people's head because it's insightful for me. I've got this lived experience, but to them it's unrelatable.
Right.
They're too early in the journey that they can't see 10 steps, 20 steps ahead. So it's almost irrelevant in that situation. So this is something that I learned in Schoolers, actually. So when I created the community, then there is a community called Schoolers that everybody who has a school community has access to. So I joined in there, and one of the earlier posts was, don't go too deep because you'll lose people and it's not fun. And that really obviously changed my frame of how to think about how do I provide value. Because if I provide something that is super valuable to me, and it's going to be super valuable to other people, but if it doesn't get used and it doesn't get absorbed and nobody thinks about it further, then it's useless.
Right.
It's like having a sports car and they just have it in the garage and nobody looks at it, nobody ever drives it. It may as well not be there. So that is one of the other things that I've learned from Hormozy and watching the launch and reviewing the learnings, is obscurity is a massive thing. Like, we're so tiny and we're so small, and the network, no matter how famous you are, like Hormozy's famous in our circles, but relatively speaking. I could speak to 1,000 people and not a single person will know who he is. And you know, someone like that who's got relatively obscurity in the world was able to launch a book and outsell I think it was 4 of the Harry Potter books, like
Yeah.
$160 million in revenue he brought in. He did 3.6 million copies sold over a 3-day launch. It's
Right.
like super impressive, like mad. And to think that I think it's about 80%. So have you come across the 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle?
Yeah.
So I think I did some numbers and about 80, I need to check this, but there was about 1,000 people that bought in for 1,000 books.
Oh
So,
yeah.
you know, that's 1,000,000 books, I think. Is that, no, about 800. Yeah, there's about 800. When I joined ACQ, there was 800 members already in there.
A million. Yeah. 1,000
So,
times 1,000 is a million.
and now there's 1,000 in there. So there's 1,000,000 books bought collectively by this group of people. It's insane.
Crazy.